let me restate that since I failed to press the button. So we have this list up here on the board, and you're going to try to think about what these words bring to mind outside of the actual physical object. Okay, so you don't want to, like for the first one, it says dove. I don't want you to write down white bird. Okay, that's not what we're going for, and I need to bring my actual tripod in here to get that going. But okay, so go ahead and start working your groups. Just about 5 minutes. What comes to the top of your head?
You don't do groups?
Kiara's like, no, because she doesn't want you mooching off of what she has to say.
Hey, what did Austin want us to take this summer? I don't have any documentation.
Spanish. He just reads
Grace
Just
and writing.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grace and writing. I ain't writing. Yep. Nope.
Grayson doesn't do groups either.
She's gonna do a group with me.
Right,
You're
that means
myself.
you're gonna have to be thinking about, or you could join them. That's fine.
Yeah, dude.
No,
What's
you're
your
not.
name, dude? What's your name again?
Oh, you could ask her.
What's your name? Kiara, you want to switch so I can get in that group?
No.
What do you think?
You can for now.
What do
You
you
can
think
bring.
of a dove?
Alright,
Do
men.
you want him in your
Dove?
We can
Or
bring
do-
Seizing.
I don't know.
Season.
Okay, you can bring your chair around here.
Like a dove shooting like a dove shoot.
Right. When I think of dove, I think of a 20 gauge shotgun.
Now
All
you're
right, so
talking.
just
Put
about
it
4
down.
more minutes. We're not gonna take a while on this,
Let me
but
see
so
this.
when I say, listen again. Hey, listen. When I say the word dove, what comes to mind? It could be. Okay, then write that down. When I say shepherd, what comes to mind?
Dog.
Write that down. Write it down, please.
It's for gauge.
No, it does not have to be a physical thing. It could be a description. It could be a story. It
I
could be a
know.
movie. Anything like that. Carter, let me get some case in. Thank you.
Shepherd dog.
You're not as well.
There's no wrong answers. Okay, in this class, you're gonna have to think. Okay, you have to think.
Yeah, maybe.
A lamb? Meat.
Here, you do. Write all the words, and then we'll write stuff that goes along with it. Food slash meat. I don't know. A lion? Dangerous.
No.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 more minutes.
Oh no, not.
So just real quick, whatever comes to your mind.
Okay, we don't have time for this.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Shepherd,
next is lamb.
Guy with a stick. Okay.
Don't
Shepherd,
just
sheep,
don't
lamb.
describe. Remember, don't do the actual thing. You got to think of something else.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Shepherd, sheep.
Shepherd, sheep, lamb, meat.
Lamb, scared.
Lamb, fluffy.
Lion, big. Rock, hard. Come on.
Thank you.
Okay, darkness.
No.
Darkness, night.
And then night. There you go.
Oh.
Oh. 3 o'clock.
Darkness, my happy days.
3 a.m. What I
Salt.
think of darkness.
Twitter.
Snake, pellet gun, salt, salt ocean.
Salt.
The ocean.
Yeah.
ocean,
The
guys.
salt ocean.
Good.
Salt, tasty,
Tasty.
tasty rock.
Tasty. It doesn't just come from rocks, man. It comes from the ocean too.
Oh, we got the words there.
A lot of salt on the snail.
Oh yeah, salt like snail, because like if you sprinkle salt on a snail, it like bubbles up. I used to do that as a kid.
Happens. It does.
You can move back to your seat.
You have them all.
Hey, you're
I think we got them
I
all,
think we got
boys.
them all, but I'm not that fast with mine.
You're reading them off.
I don't write that.
Making you look like a fool.
I have random words here.
What did you put for dark?
Sleep paralysis.
What?
Alright, we got 4 seconds. Can we put it? Oh my god, we got it right, boy.
Okay.
I'm not the best.
So just go ahead and for Dove, call out what you thought of.
12 gauge.
Okay, shotgun, shampoo, deodorant. What about shepherd?
Bird
Dog.
tail.
Sheep.
Sheep.
Dog, sheep,
Mage.
Jesus. Okay. Lamb.
Scared.
Scared.
At Kroger, we got
Lion.
Scared.
tiger.
We didn't get one for
We
that.
didn't get that far.
Okay. Rock.
Great.
Hard.
Destruction.
Okay, darkness.
Pretty.
3
Night.
Sleep paralysis, demon.
Night.
Night.
Pet.
I think we got one for that.
Wait, who said
Okay,
that?
salt.
Poison.
Hey,
C.
Gross.
pepper.
Pepper. I said pepper like
Oh,
Sean
pepper.
Pepper. No.
Ever.
Gross.
Okay,
That's the
so
world's best condiment.
My turn.
all of these words are symbols that come from what book do you think?
The Bible.
The Bible. Okay. So let's look at them again, and I want you now to think Bible, because this is what class are we in? The Bible as literature. Okay. So what we're going to be doing this whole year is looking at things in the Bible, also looking at literature outside of the Bible, and seeing how they tie in together, but also looking at Bible things and reading them as, hey, how does that fit in with the English languages and symbolism and figurative language and all that good stuff, themes. Okay, so Dove, anybody tell me where that comes into play in the Bible? There's a couple different places.
Jesus
Noah's
ascending into
Ark.
heaven.
Okay, Noah's Ark.
John the Baptist.
The dove comes down when Jesus is
That
baptized.
was one.
Great. Okay, shepherd. I think, Emily, are you the one who said shepherd made you think of Jesus? He's referred to as the good shepherd. We also have other things like that. Same thing with lamb. They were to sacrifice a spotless lamb. Jesus stood in for that. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but they do all have Bible correlations. Okay. Now what I want us to do is we're going to go through has anybody had me today so far? You three. Okay. Great. We're going to go through this again. Sorry for those of you who have already had me. Don't.
So can I do the three?
No, you're not going to ruin it for everybody. All right. So there on the board are 3 truths and 1 non-truth, because we're not going to lie. We're just going to call it a non-truth. I want you to think about which one of these is not quite true about me. Okay, I'm going to read them out loud. First of all, I read at least 50 books a year. I have 5 children, all students here at Cross Creek. When I'm not reading, I enjoy riding bikes, or I love the Tennessee Vols. So raise your hand if you think number 1 is not true. Okay, raise your hand if you think number 2 is not true. Kason raised his hand.
What?
Raise your hand if you think number 3 is not true. Y'all think I don't look like a bike riding girly? Okay, what about
No.
yes, about me?
Oh! Shut.
What were you thinking of?
She said about C-section.
Who thinks number 4 is not true?
Paul sucks.
That's what. So you think that I don't like the balls? It's about me, Mason, not about you.
Yeah, you don't like the boss. You're a Benham fan.
What are the balls?
Oh.
The Tennessee Vols volunteers. It's a football team. Okay, so number 1, this is true. Right now, I've read 47 books this year. My goal is about 75 for this year. I do have 5 kids, all students here at Cross Creek. I do. Jenna is 1. I do love the Vols. Number 3 is inaccurate. I don't know how to ride a bike. Go ahead, giggle. Nobody go? Okay, great. I'm an only child. I fell off a bike one time. I told my parents I didn't want to ever ride it again, and they said, okay, fine. Not a great way to live your life, but there it is. Okay, so we're going to get into some nitty gritty that you need to pay attention to, and you're actually going to have homework that you're going to have to fill in a worksheet with some of these rules and procedures, so you need to pay attention. I am going to hand you a packet that you can also read that has this in it. But first of all, So if you need to get in touch with me, you are not to text me, even if you have my phone number. You are not to send me an Instagram message about it. You are not to send me a Facebook message. You email me, and I will pass out my email address. I may not email you right away, okay? But I will get to you. If I don't, and it is something important, email me again. Okay, great, love that. I'm going to contact you through Google Classroom. We're going to talk about that later. We'll leave that to the end. If you're an absent from one of my classes, then you have a week from when you get back to finish any work. It would be great if you could go ahead and follow lesson plans at home, but if you can't, that's fine. You do have a week. If you are absent, when you come back, you will find your work waiting for you right here where it says Bible Lit, and it's the packet. Look, I did this wrong. Okay, we're gonna go. It is the pocket above Bible Lit, okay? Where it says pick up, that's where you would pick up any of your work. And when you are ready to turn it in from being absent, you put it in the turn in. This is not where you turn in your regular work. This is only for when you are absent. To turn in regular work, you're going to come over here, find where it says Bible Lit, and turn it in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pass out lesson plans. Please keep these out. I think I may have given you an extra. All right, keep those out for later, okay? We're gonna go over those later. All right, this is super important. Everybody pay attention to my late work policy. I do not accept late work. Let me say this again. I do not accept late work. That's different than work for when you're absent, okay? Yes, I accept absent work. I don't accept late work. If you forget to turn it in and you come to me the next day and say, oops, this was in the bottom of my backpack, I don't accept it, okay? This is part of learning to be mature and to do all the things where you keep up with your own stuff. Don't panic though. If you do forget to turn something in, it's not gonna be the end of the world because I do give a lot of grades and you can still get an A and make up all the fun stuff. At the bottom of this, I said don't ask if you can turn in an assignment late. Don't ask. Unless it is a true emergency. A true emergency is not, oh, I had to go to my sister's basketball game yesterday, or oops, I had a cheer competition, or I had I'm trying to think of all the excuses. I had to cover a shift for my worker at Sonic. That's not an emergency, okay? Plus, you do have a long period of time to do these for most, like, from Thursday to Tuesday for a lot of the work. Plan ahead. If you do have 2 or more missing assignments, I will be contacting parents. That is not to get you in trouble. That is also not to give you a chance to make up the late work because I don't accept late work. But it's to give them a heads up and see like what's going on. All right. Now, there's this theory that any food in the world that's not just a single ingredient, any food can be classified as soup, sandwich, or salad. Okay? So for example, if I said lasagna, you'd be like, oh, okay, I could classify that as a sandwich because it's like layers of stuff with stuff in between, right? Okay? So I want to call out a few foods and see what you all think. Just say what's on the top of your head, okay? So what about a corn dog?
Sandwich.
Love that. What about spaghetti?
Soup.
Salad.
Soup or salad,
It's not
okay?
even
I could go either way, I see that.
It's not even.
Macaroni and cheese.
Soup.
Salad.
What?
Guys,
don't
you
know.
get salad.
Not even green.
Sandwich.
I said soup.
I'm inclined towards soup. Taco,
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Sandwiches.
okay. Sushi.
Soup.
Soup?
Soup.
Salad.
What are you
What fish are you eat?
No.
That's a little.
I think it's made of jellyfish. That's what the sushi is.
Okay, what about this one's no. I'm not gonna do it.
Do it.
I was gonna say fried chicken.
Oh,
did that one in the last
sandwich.
one.
How's it?
No, it's not a sandwich.
It's actually being
It's not
classified as a sandwich.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
How is
Tell
it?
me why you think it's a sandwich. I agree
Because
with
that's
you.
how it's taxed.
Okay,
It's
What?
it's taxed as a sandwich
okay,
from some
but why do
places.
you think it's a sandwich?
Are you-
I would say because a sandwich has two ingredients that are the same and something is in between it, which is also what sandwiched means, is something in between it. So I would say that the breading on top and the bottom is then has your chicken sandwiched in between. Therefore, it is a chicken sandwich.
Why are you talking about tags?
Okay, so we're gonna move on. In this class, why did we do that? In this class, in all of my English classes, a lot of times you have to think outside of the box. The answers to these questions are not like your science class where you can just turn and open in a textbook and find the answer. A lot of this is you have to think and then you have to give your reasons. 90% of the time, if you give me a good reason for an answer, even if it's not quite what I was looking for, you're going to get it right. If you are actually thinking and using good reasoning skills. We've already done that. All right, heading for your papers. I know this is very nitpicky. I am going to go over this over the next couple of weeks just to get you in the habit of it. But when you turn in a paper, I really want you to put your name and the subject on the upper left hand, and then the assignment title on the right. Nope, I said that backwards. Well, yeah. Yeah, left and then right. Okay. You know, reverse. That just helps me out when I'm grading. Thank you, please. I appreciate it. Where do you staple and hole punch? The hole punch is over there. The stapler, new stapler will also be over there. There are also pencils under where you turn in homework. There's a pencil sharpener. There's markers. There's paper over there on the bookshelf behind Grayson. Please, if you know you've come into this classroom and you do not have this stuff, grab it before we start. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. This is a big one. If you have to go to the bathroom, are you ready?
Get up.
Just go. This year, I'm asking you. Now, your other classes I know have other rules. I have attention disorder. Okay, attention deficit disorder, and I have. Have I been diagnosed? No, but I'm diagnosing myself. Sometimes it's really hard for me to get back on track. If you raise your hand while I am lecturing and you say, Miss Howell, can I go to the bathroom? I may not remember what I was just talking about. Everybody else gets distracted. Is it distracting to get up and go to the bathroom? Yeah, it is, but it's more distracting if you raise your hand. So I'd prefer you not to do it at all, but if you need to, just go, okay? Y'all are old enough not to need my permission. Go potty, okay? Great, love it. Go potty. All right, lesson plans. Let's look at these because some of you, this is your very first year having me. I do try to lay out my lesson plans fairly easily. And let's look at what's under Friday. So, can I have a volunteer for someone to read aloud what is your homework for Friday?
Miss Howell's procedures worksheet.
Beautiful. Okay. So that is the worksheet that is going to go over all of this stuff. Not all of it, but some of it. Let me... I'm going to start these papers going around... If you already have one because you're in another class, then disregard it. Okay, Preston, if you could take one and then pass it around. And then same thing for these. This is the worksheet that's going to go along with that.
Why do we get colored in this one? Yeah. I wanted colored in the first
Well,
one.
you can take one, Emily. Okay, you're welcome. So you're going to use the packet of information to fill out the worksheet that is asking you questions about my policies and procedures. It's just make sure that you are paying attention, that you remember what I've talked about, all that good stuff. So since it says it's assigned on Friday, when does that mean you're going to turn it in?
Monday.
Tuesday.
Thank you. Tuesday. So you're going to turn it in on Tuesday, right? Monday, it says you're going to do the Bible's influences on art, worksheet and research. I will pass that out in just a minute. I'm trying to process, where did I put it? I printed it off. If you were me, where would you have put this?
I don't want to bind it.
Really? Would you have?
No, not really.
Probably not.
Stuff it in my bag.
I may have to print it out again in a minute, which is fine.
Worksheet, do we have to turn this one back in?
Okay, let me pause. If you are in another one of my classes, you only have to do this worksheet one time. Make sure though, listen, if you're in more than one of my classes, you only have to do it once, but you need to put both class names on the top of it so that I know to give you credit in both of those classes, okay? Beautiful, love it. All right, next. Okay, this is a big one. How many of you are in the 8th grade? How many of you are in the 9th grade? Okay, and then I know that a few others. We go to school here at Cross Creek on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But you're still expected to do school on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay? You are still expected to learn on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You are still expected to learn. You're still expected to do school. I wanted to say that over and over again because it is an expectation. Let me ask you this question. How much time Monday, how much time would you spend at school if you were in public school on a Monday?
7 hours.
Okay. How much time do you think, there's no right or wrong answer to this. I want to really hear what you think. How much time do you think you should be spending on schoolwork for Cross Creek on a Monday at home?
3 hours.
5 hours.
3
5 hours.
3.
Always
I'll do it.
2 hours.
Okay. So should you be just rushing through homework just to get it done?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely not.
It is to learn, okay? It's not to just mark off something on your to-do list. Take your time, commit to it. Remember that it is your priority over some other things that you might think feel more important, but actually aren't. Because school is what you need to get a degree, like a high school diploma, right? And that's pretty necessary in your world.
Free.
What?
You're free.
A degree. No, a degree, a high school diploma. How do you check your grades? So we have CC grade. Everyone was here last year, right? In this room?
No.
He's not. He wasn't.
I'm new.
Oh, I forgot. You just fit in. Okay, so next week, all of you, even if you were here, will be getting a login information for CC grade. That's where you That's where you log in to check your grades. And what are we whispering about?
Nobody's whispering.
You were
I
though.
sat back.
I'm just wondering.
What?
You were a second ago.
You said he looks like Matthew.
Okay, great. So what was I
And?
saying while you were saying
About CC grade.
Yeah.
About how next
How I
week
don't even know
everyone-
how to sign in.
My bad.
that? Okay, so CC grade, can you stop doing whatever you're doing? See, my 8, I can't.
Not me.
Okay, so you're gonna log into CC grade. You will see there your grades, and I will put a 1 in if you are absent and haven't turned something in. So if you see a 1, that means I haven't graded it yet. Don't freak out. You actually did not get a 1 on your assignment. Sorry, I'm making a note about moving people. Okay. So where you're sitting today might not be where you end up sitting on Tuesday. I'm definitely making notes about who needs to be where. So when you come in, you can go ahead and sit there, and then we'll make changes there after. Okay, great. All right. Next, my class is a phone-free zone. Everybody has a number based on where you're sitting. That number will be at your seat on Tuesday, so you don't have to remember it. For now, I just want everybody to go ahead and put your phones in the pockets. That's what you're going to do when you walk in the door. Now, if you claim that you don't have a phone and I see you using it later on in the day, you will have that phone taken up for the entire day. Okay? So go ahead. There's only 6 phones up there, and there's a lot more than 6 of you in here. So go ahead and put your phones up.
What if my phone's at home?
Okay. So if you don't have your phone with you, you can't put it up. But if you do, then can you please put it there? Thank you. Great. Love it. Love it. Kason, where's yours?
It's the last class of the day.
Beautiful. Love that. I know it hurts. Great. Okay. Any questions about rules, procedures, anything like that? Any of that fun stuff? All right. Now, you on your, yes,
What's MWF?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh.
On your book list, you should have seen where you needed a study Bible. And that is something for you to keep at home to reference for your homework. You do not need it here at school. I don't want you carrying 50 pounds of Bible with you to school. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what you're going to do for your homework over the weekend. Let me make sure. What?
This camera run shows it at me. That's insane.
Also, I think calling a teacher bruh
Sorry.
is probably not respectful.
I forget your name. Well, I'm not saying like your name is bruh, but I'm like, really.
Okay. Great. So, what does it say that your homework is on Monday, Camara? Can you read that for me?
The Bible's influence on art, worksheet, and research.
Okay. So, I'm going to pass out this worksheet that has... Wait, maybe the reason I didn't do that is false. Oh, no, okay. I was wrong. I'm going to pass this worksheet out, but I'm going to go ahead and read it first before I do so that you can maybe focus a little bit on it. I have 3 categories here, as you can see on the screen. I have literature that's influenced by the Bible. I have art and music. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pick one of these out of every category. Okay? Even if you know nothing about it, that's fine. You pick one out of every category. And then you're going to do some research on each one of those pieces of either literature, art, or music and answer these questions. So, for example, part 1, if you choose The Divine Comedy by Dante, you're going to write The Divine Comedy. And then it says, what are some direct references to biblical characters, stories, or places in this piece of literature? I don't expect you to read it, okay? I do expect you to do research. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to go over to the google.com, and you're going to type in biblical references explained from Dante's Divine Comedy. And what you're going to do is you are going to read about this. Now, what this, let me explain. It says direct references. So that means what references means is like if it talks about Jesus or lamb and lamb is referencing Jesus or anything like that. Let me say this again. I don't accept copied, plagiarized work. If you go to a website and you write down exactly word for word what they say, that is cheating. That is a 0. If you do it a second time, that is a conference with your parents and Miss Melissa. Okay? So you are going to be Googling things. You're going to be learning about it, but you're going to put it in your own words. So here, this talks about Dante's Inferno or the Divine Comedy, and it talks about describing heaven and hell. So I'm just going to quickly look over this, and I'm going to see, oh, there's levels of hell. There's different types of punishment. So what Bible references are in Dante's Inferno? Hell. Okay? Literally, that could be all you write. Hell and heaven. That's what's referenced in Dante's Divine Comedy. What themes does this work explore that are found in the Bible? Guess what I'm going to type in? Bible themes found in Dante's Inferno. Okay, here you go. Here it says, the poem represents the soul's journey, recognition and rejection of sin. Now, if you are listing off phrases or words, yeah, you can write down, literally write rejection of sin. You can write down soul's ascent to God. You cannot write down full sentences or list things exactly like somebody has it, okay? All right, great, love that. Next, we have, how does this connection to the Bible affect the meaning or interpretation of the work? This question, honestly, I don't like it. I'm going to take that out. There we go. What was the religious climate or social context when the literature was written? What that means is what was going on in the world religiously when this was written. Guess what? You can Google it, okay? Literally Google religious climate when Dante's Inferno was written. And now you're obviously going to fill in the blank with whatever book, music, or piece of art that you choose. The next one is about art. And so you're actually going to look at that piece of art. So let's say that I chose The Gates of Paradise. Gonna put that in here and look right here and see what this is. What is this piece of art? Okay. And I might read about it, but I'm gonna see what in the world does this represent. I'm gonna write about, where did that go? Down here. What themes does it explore? Again, what was the religious climate when it was done? And then the next part, oh, that was, yeah, the art. What emotions does it cause? And how are the subjects portrayed? You're going to do the same thing with music, except you're going to look up the lyrics. If there are lyrics, there's a few of these that are just instrumental and they don't have lyrics. So you would just write down no lyrics. What is lyric, by the way? What does that mean?
Words.
The words to the music, exactly. And then what's another question for, it says, how do the lyrics reference any Bible stories or characters? What is the mood or feeling of the music? Does it match the emotions associated with a biblical reference? How do you think you're going to determine what the mood of the music is? You could Google it, sure. You know what I think a better way to figure that out would be? Listen to it. I love that idea. Listen to it. Okay, so you're going to choose one of these from each category, and I'm about to print this off for you, and then you're going to complete this. Is it going to be more difficult perhaps than other things that you've done in English before? Yes, but this class is. This is a high school level course, and we are going to use a lot of critical thinking skills. If you don't understand a word in the question, if you don't understand what the question is asking, one of the great things about where we live or the time in which we live is that you can Google information very quickly and easily. You can look on YouTube for information very quickly and easily, okay? There is no excuse for not using your resources to figure out what something says. I'm gonna go ahead and print this off. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. And again, tell me when this is due.
Monday. Tuesday.
If anyone does come to study hall and you happen to get your work done during that time, please do not put your work on the outside of my door, okay? Some people got into the habit of doing that last year. If you need to go ahead and come in and turn it in the bin over, or the trays over there, that's fine. Just don't put it on the outside of the work. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. I think that's about it, but Google Classroom. Okay. Am I going to do that today or are we going to wait? Let's wait so that I don't overwhelm you with another thing right now.
Thank you.
So, you're so welcome. All right. what I want us to do during this moment, during this little, we have about, 10 minutes before I want to let you all go, is I want you to, on any piece of paper, it can be on the bottom of your homework, it can be on the side of your lesson plan, I don't care. I want you to take this little quiz that I'm going to read aloud to see how much you know about the Bible. You don't have to share these results with anyone, okay? We're just going to do a little thing to see where you're starting at, and it is okay. And it can be on a scrap piece of paper. You're not turning this into me. Okay, so number 1. Everybody ready?
Nope.
Okay, let's move it along. There's paper behind Grayson in a tray.
This is pencil. Well, ordering my hearing aids tomorrow.
All right, numero uno. Number 1. So just write down your answer. Don't tell other people. I just want to see how much you know. I want you to see how much you know, that is. I'm not even going to be looking at these. Okay, number 1. Who was the first man created ever in the world? Just write his name down. Either you know it or you don't. All right, number 2. What is the first book of the Bible called? The first book of the Bible. Number 3. Who was the leader of the Israelites during the Exodus from Egypt? When the Israelites were freed from Egypt, who was their leader? Which disciple betrayed Jesus? What was his name? What was the name of the disciple that betrayed Jesus? All right, I even mentioned this one earlier. Who baptized Jesus? What is the last book of the Bible? All right, who is the apostle who wrote the majority of the New Testament? What is the apostle's name who wrote the majority of the New Testament? How many days and nights did it rain during the flood in the Bible? How many days and nights did it rain during the flood in the Bible? Okay, I don't know how many that was, but how many was it? 8?
8.
9? Okay, great. So I just want you to grade your own. I want to see how many you got right. Okay. So number 1, who knows that? Who was the first person created? Adam. Great. What was the next question that I asked?
First book of the Bible.
First book of the Bible. Okay, what was that?
Genesis.
Genesis. Great. Who was the leader of the Israelites when they left Egypt?
Moses.
Moses. Beautiful. Which disciple betrayed Jesus?
Judas.
Judas. Who baptized Jesus?
John.
John. Yep, John the Baptist or John the Baptizer, either one. Which book is the last book? Revelation. What did I ask next?
What?
The apostle?
Yes.
Okay, who was the apostle who wrote the majority of the New Testament? Paul, yes. Was that the last one that I said?
No, how many days and nights?
Oh, thank you. How many days and nights did it rain? 40. Beautiful. Okay. Raise your hand if you got 7 or 8 correct. Great. Okay. So we have some here who did. Good job. Good job. Okay. So it's fine if you didn't. We're going to learn some of the foundations of the Bible. But keep in mind, this is not a Bible class. As in, this is not, yes, we're going to learn biblical foundations. But this is not we're going to strengthen our religious beliefs, even though through studying it as literature, it should. But this is an English class, okay? This is an English class. All right. I'm going to log off of Facebook Live now, and you asked